This episode is sponsored by football's ultimate survival game. Let's see who's the final one standing.
AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal.
You lot are always in the comments saying that we don't know ball. Well, now it's your chance to prove it. Could you predict the Premier League if we offered you £500,000 to do it? We've partnered with William Hill to bring you final one standing. The rules are simple. Pick a Premier League team every week. Win, you stay in. Lose or draw, you're out. But you can only pick each team once. It's free to play and there's £500,000 up for grabs. That's right, £500,000. Perfect. You need to have a William Hill app to play, so scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description below to get involved. 18 plus, UK only. Please gamble responsibly. Terms and conditions apply and full terms are in the link below. Let's see who's the final one standing. And welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Of course, today, the final pre-season friendly for Arsenal before they get into the new season. Playing Athletic Bilbao. And listen, then after that, that's it. That's it. The big one next week against Manchester United. I get a feeling that Arsenal might play like another friendly behind closed doors before the start of the new season. But last official friendly, and it's been a mixed bag so far. 2 wins, 2 defeats in pre-season. At the time of this video, obviously, the game hasn't taken place, so let's see what happens with that one. But as I said, a very tough start to the season for Arsenal. You know, they go away to Manchester United. Remember, even as poor as United were last year, we didn't win there away. As a matter of fact, we got lucky to get out of there with a draw. Then we got Leeds at home. Okay, you would think that, you know, Arsenal should win that game. Newly promoted Leeds. But then away to Liverpool. We didn't win that one last year either. Remember, we were 2-0 down. Came back to draw it 2-2. Liverpool with new players. They're exciting games, but they're tough games. Got City in September away as well. 3 of the hardest away games you can possibly have come up really early in the season. So Arsenal need to hit the ground running. They've made some good signings so far, but what else are they going to do? Now, just before we get into those, don't forget, final one standing. You can get involved right now. Get your picks in ahead of the new season. What you do is you pick a team to win. If that team wins, you progress through to the next round. If they lose or draw, you are out. So pick those teams carefully. It's free to enter. Doesn't cost a thing. You can win £500,000. That's what the winner can get. Terms and conditions apply. Please gamble responsibly. You've got to be 18 plus and you've got to be based in the UK. Now, Ethan Nwaneri yesterday, that was the big news. Ethan Nwaneri signing a new long-term contract at Arsenal. The 18-year-old put pen to paper. This was very, very good news indeed. This is a player that in pre-season has looked really, really good. Been one of the standout players playing in that number 10 position. Not deployed on the right wing where he played last year, but in that number 10 position has looked really good. Has been carrying the ball well, getting shots. So he's looked really exciting. One of the most exciting players in that Arsenal team. Now remember, earlier on in the transfer window, he was under serious threat of leaving the club. Hadn't signed his new deal yet, and a lot of clubs were hovering. Big clubs, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Man United, Chelsea, all of them. Hovering, seeing if they could get their claws into him if he didn't sign that new deal. But he has now signed it, and it's great news for Arsenal. He's been at the club since he was 8 years old. And he, yesterday in his quotes, really excited to now be playing permanently for Arsenal. As I said, he's looked really, really exciting in pre-season. And remember, he made his debut at 15, the youngest Arsenal player ever to play in the first team. I remember at the time when he did that, there was some pundits claiming that Mikel Arteta's done this as a gimmick. It wasn't a gimmick. They were showing him a pathway to the first team. He's made it to that first team. He had a successful time last season coming in when Saka got injured. He also was part of that England under-21 team that won the under-21 Euros. He had a great season, and there's greater things to come from this. This is fantastic for Arsenal. And yet again, showing a pathway for those young players coming through that you can make it to the Arsenal first team. So well done to Ethan Nwaneri. Very special talent. As I said, will be deployed in that number 10 position, Mikel Arteta saying this year. So what does that do for the prospects of signing Eberechi Eze? Because Eze does play, a lot as a number 10, although he can also play as a left winger. Does this affect that? Only time will tell, because the suggestions are still out there that Arsenal are looking to make an imminent bid for Eberechi Eze. Remember, there's been no bid so far. Right, there was no attempt to, break his release clause, which was set at £68 million, which is now said to have expired. There's been no actual moves yet to sign Eze, although lots of speculation. Arsenal have been in talks with his representatives. It is said that, it's all been agreed that if they can strike a deal with the club, that Eze will come, but nothing yet. And of course, Crystal Palace play against Liverpool in the season curtain opener in the Community Shield on Sunday. Of course, the winners of the league play the winners of the FA Cup. Crystal Palace surprisingly won the FA Cup last year, beating Manchester City. Now, this was very, very interesting in Oliver Glasner, the manager of Crystal Palace. In his press conference, he was asked, will Eberechi Eze still be a Crystal Palace player? Is he staying at Crystal Palace? His answer was this. He said, these are his quotes, he will play on Sunday, definitely. Mark Gay too. They're the two players being linked with a move away. So he didn't guarantee that Eberechi Eze is staying at Palace. All he could guarantee is that he was going to play on Sunday in the Community Shield. What is going to happen? It's going to be really interesting over the next week or so to see what happens after the Community Shield. Eberechi Eze, no guarantees by Crystal Palace's manager that he's going to be staying. Arsenal's still in the hunt. Really interested to see how it's going to turn out. And of course, on yesterday's show, we spoke about Rodrygo and this possibility of a loan which was widely reported in various different outlets. A loan with a possible obligation to buy by Arsenal. There's also emerged rumours that Arsenal offered to pay 70% of Rodrygo's wages in order to get a loan deal done. But Real Madrid have said, no, actually, you'd have to pay 100% of those wages in any loan deal. Again, that might be a sticking point for Arsenal. Is there an obligation to buy? Is there just, you can buy if you feel, an option? I don't know. Rumours are still saying as well that Rodrygo would like to stay at Real Madrid. This one, again, is one that's not going to get sorted out until right at the end of the window. Remember, it's not just Arsenal interested in him. Spurs, a host of teams. I do feel that Rodrygo could move on loan before the end of the transfer window, despite the fact he wants to stay, and it's definitely going to be one to watch. Ademola Lookman is still also one to watch. Still one that's been spoken about a lot today. I said it in yesterday's show, available for around about £45 million, same age as Eze. He's had two great seasons in recent times at Atalanta, but it does look like he's going. Inter Milan are the team that really want him, but are refusing to pay over the odds for him. Arsenal, as we know, have shown an interest in him, and he's considered as a backup if they can't get Eze. Coming into the fray now as well, apparently he's Nottingham Forest, also interested in signing Ademola Lookman. What this does is it gives Atalanta a great position to keep that price where it is. But again, this is going to be, we're into that season now where we're coming towards the end of the transfer window, where there's going to be all kind of, is he going, is he not, where's he going? There's going to be a lot of that. And that's going to be included on a player like Leandro Trossard, who's said to be the key to the signing of anybody like Lookman, Rodrygo, or Eze. Going to be interesting to see today if he actually plays for Arsenal. He's been out with a little injury. Still no contract renewal from Leandro Trossard. 1 year left. They will let him leave if he doesn't sign a new deal. Really interesting to see if he gets any game time today in that friendly. So those are the rumours for today. Don't forget, we're here every single day with Transfer Daily, keeping you up to date with all of the rumours. You will not miss a thing. So thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.